Hello, my name is Allison Carmen, and welcome to my podcast, 10 Minutes to Less Suffering. And the name of today's podcast is The Present Part of Our Dreams. As many of you know, I'm a podcaster, I'm a writer of personal development books, a teacher, but I also have a job at a place called the Motherhood Center, where I am the Chief Financial Officer, General Counsel, and Chief Business Operator. And since I started working there, I've been able to have a very good balance between my writing and my teaching and my spiritual life and this job. And I've always said that my heart and my dream is really about the writing and the podcasting and helping people suffer less in their lives. So starting in the fall, the work at the center had really picked up to a point that I wasn't writing as much and I wasn't podcasting as much. And I did feel a level of disappointment and stress perhaps, because when I'm doing the writing and the podcasting and the speeches and the talks, I feel so alive inside. And I kept saying to myself, oh, it's just the year end and I have a lot of financial responsibilities and I'll be able to get back to my work as soon as the new year starts. And then January came and the job continues to be busy. And so I've noticed that I have a story running that if I'm writing and podcasting and doing that type of work, I have immense joy in my heart. And if I'm doing the other type of work, it's a lovely company and I enjoy what I do, but I find myself more in my head than my heart. And my story was, well, that's just how it is. Those are what my days look like when I work at the center. Then it occurred to me, I'm running this story that I determine the quality of the moment based on the outside world. I determine what is more heart-based and what's not. And in a way, I've been blocking my daily life. I've been blocking my daily joy. I've been blocking part of my dream. Because the dream of life, the goals, the things that satisfy us, sure, they're things that we talk about achieving and goals we have, but it's also every moment we experience. And part of my dream and part of all of our dreams is how can we feel joy and presence and the light and the hope every moment of our lives? How do we live from that center, gorgeous, balanced place? How do we know ourselves? How do we bond with people? How do we present who we are every day and what perspective do we have? And so the quality of each moment and the heart-based nature of each moment and the understanding and the depth of each moment is part of the dream. The peace is part of the dream. And so all of a sudden, I took a step back and I said, wow. So I've been having all these goals and things I want to do, which are all wonderful. I want to write another book. I want to go on tour. I want to have speaking engagements. I want my podcast to have more listeners. And that's all beautiful. But if I'm doing something else, if I'm working for a mission-based company and working with wonderful people or going out for lunch or at a doctor's appointment, if I have this rigid view of what's acceptable and what's not, what's good, what's bad, what's interesting to me and what's not, then I am not living in the light, in the joy, in the present, in the acceptance. In a way, I found a new way to resist. And it was very subtle because it felt so right that I had this goal of what I wanted, but there it is. Anytime we believe this moment should not be the way it is, we are resisting. And when we are resisting, we're not present. And we're not present, we cannot fully manifest. We cannot meet the moment. We cannot align. And we're really not open to the future filled with the unknown because we're writing a story that, wait, I'm not supposed to be here at this moment. Something else should be happening. I have a reason to not look for the light. And of course, we're going to have emotions and not every moment is joyous. But a lot of times, we're sitting there and we're blocking it for the sole reason that we don't like what's happening because it's not our preference. And we don't realize that if we can just let that go, peace could be ours. Peace and presence and a totally new way to live every moment. And the minute I realized this, I was surprised because I'm always looking about not resisting and accepting. But I didn't realize that there was this thing happening that I wanted to be someplace else, that I was willing to do something for now. But the truth is, here I am at this job in this moment, and there is no resistance. Of course, there's choice, but it's a place I like and it's work I'm committed to, and things always change and I can make different choices. But in the moment, the minute I saw that, the minute I let go, the minute I didn't want to be any place else other than where I was joyful. I was sitting at the meetings and I wasn't getting upset. I wasn't getting agitated. I was just there doing my work in the flow and willing to take the ride. It wasn't like I canceled a talk. I didn't go for an interview. This is what is filling my life. So why resist? Why not embrace and why not see where it goes? Again, it doesn't mean we don't make choices. Sometimes you need to leave a job. Sometimes you need to leave a relationship. There are things you have to do in your business for it to be successful. All those things are true. But there's still this essence of where I am in this moment is where I'm supposed to be because it's where I am. Everything in this moment is as it's supposed to be because it is. And we stop resisting. I've given this analogy before. When we resist, it's like a tug of war. We're saying this moment shouldn't be this way. I shouldn't be here. This shouldn't be happening. Without realizing that the tug of war is between our thoughts. And the minute we put that rope down, the struggle is over. And amazingly, now that the struggle is over, now that I'm at my desk, now that I'm joyous, I'm thinking about doing more things again. I have more energy. It's the evening time after a full day of work, and I am so happy to be making this podcast right now. Thinking about new videos, thinking about new posts. In fact, I think it wasn't really the amount of time I was spending at work. It was my mind in resistance that was blocking my creativity, not the time. We all know when we're in creative mode, we could do something amazing in 15 minutes. Sometimes I've written an article that's been the most popular. I worked on it for 2 hours. Creativity works when we're in the flow. Our life works when we're in the flow. And we realize that we don't control everything. And when we allow and we let go, we end up where we need to be at the moment we're in. So the reason I bring this up to you today is to remind all of us that peace never leaves us. We leave our peace by arguing with the moment as it is, saying it shouldn't be happening, and getting to this place where everything is bad and everything's annoying. But what if we look at it and say, well, here I am, where I'm supposed to be. Why resist? Nothing to do with new choices, nothing to do with quitting. It's just in this moment, what is before me? Without resistance, what can I learn? What can I get? Who can I meet? How can I grow? And then your mind opens up. We blame the moment for our unhappiness. We blame the moment for the reason we're not peaceful. And we forget that every moment we choose, open up or resist. We are always deciding. And yes, we go through times where we have to process and feel certain things, but a lot of times we are just holding that story, and that's where the pain comes from. So we can reclaim our peace because it's there, but we must stop resisting what is to find it. It's like your whole body will just relax when you say this. I reclaim my peace because it all happens from within me. I reclaim my peace because here I am breathing in this moment. I reclaim my peace because I accept everything the way it is. I reclaim my peace because I am where I'm supposed to be because this is where I am. I reclaim my peace because I believe that the moment is offering me something and I'm open to it. I reclaim my peace because I accept what is and I'm open to everything that can be. So often there are so many possibilities that are willing to come to us, but when we resist, the space for new things are like as small as a pinhole. And when we embrace everything, even if it's that job you think is annoying or that friend, whatever it is, just say, this is the way it looks in this moment. You open up, and that space for something new is huge, and it's waiting. And those things you love and want in your life, they will come to you. Or you will have this wonderful idea, and life will help you flow towards it. Find the beauty in every moment. Take back your peace. Even if you don't like the person in front of you, take it back, own it. Go back to your heart. It's not about annoyance. It's not about irritation. It's resisting. It's thinking, and it's allowing the outside world to control what is your birthright, the peace and light that resides within. So I hope you can really think about this, because I know what happens when we're disappointed, we're upset, or something doesn't go our way. But try to relax and try not to resist and try to connect back to you, to that heart-based, loving, joyful place that resides in you, that beautiful garden that grows within. And see if things change, because your lens will change. Doesn't mean you're not going to look for a job or make any changes, but you do it with peace and you do it with openness and you do it with knowing that maybe the best is yet to come. Thank you for listening to this podcast today. If you'd like to get in touch with me, you can email me at allison@allisoncarmen.com. If you'd like to buy my books, The Gift of Maybe, A Year Without Men, Maybe Everything's Okay, A Parent's Guide to Less Stress and Worry, you can find them at all major bookstores or online retailers. If you'd like to buy my Maybe cards or my Maybe digital journal, you could find them on Amazon and Etsy. And most of all, if you like this podcast, I hope you subscribe and leave a comment.